now, so let's be ready. So I'll start off with welcoming each of you, and you can introduce yourself. And just before that, to introduce myself, my name is Shankar Meempat. I graduated from IIT Madras in '86. Did my master's there. I've been around different parts of the world. Started off my own company in 2012, exited that, and today I actually work with other business owners, other entrepreneurs, helping them, coaching them to get successful. So over to you, Arshdeep. I'll start off with you. Just give yourself a brief introduction. Let's keep it brief for the introduction, and then we'll go around with the questions. Arshdeep.
Absolutely. Thanks, Shankar. I'll keep it less than 60 seconds. So hi, everyone. My name is Arshdeep. I did my BTech from IIT Guwahati in 2006 with an electrical degree. I then went to IIM Bangalore to finish my MBA and joined Standard Chartered Bank in 2008. I resigned from SCB in 2015 to set up FinVisage. When I resigned, I was heading oil options trading for the bank in London. Expectedly, my venture FinVisage is in the market risk management space. Sorry, my video. FinVisage is an enterprise software to price derivatives, manage exposures and trades, measure risk, and run regulatory and management reports. So it is used by banks, corporates, and financial corporations. My co-founder and team are in India, and we have clients in the UK and India. We are looking to disrupt the space for financial risk management solutions by offering an excellent product at an unbeatable price. Our special target market is the small and medium-sized corporate market, which basically opens up a massive market globally. And I'm here to share my learnings from this journey of entrepreneurship that I've been on. We'll be happy to have a candid discussions on the pros and cons on anything. And I live in Glasgow.
But that's not the only one. There are other mechanisms, and government support is always a good one to tap into. And Arshdeep, I think you've been using R&D credit, so you want to share a little bit about how you've done that?
So happy to, Shankar. So I'll go through quickly what our journey was as well. I think some of the points will overlap with what a couple just said as well. So we didn't get our first angel funds till 2 years into our journey. So we were very much bootstrapped till then. We continued to be a bootstrap by not taking a salary as well. And for us, why it took time for us to get up out there in the market is because we're a pure product company. So it took a bit of a good amount of time to build the product up from scratch. At sometimes we did feel we had bitten off more than we could chew, but I think we loved what we were doing and we knew what we were doing. So first of all, I would say tap into the IIT community. I think it's a fabulous community to tap into. I cannot overstate how advantageous it can be to network. You will find domain expertise, angel funds, and valuable advice here. And if you're facing a problem, chances are that there will be someone who can help. There are 3 types of government funding that we have tapped into. One is get your startup approved under SEIS and EIS, which makes raising angel funds much easier. And if anyone wants any more specific advice on it, I can always we can have a conversation in one of the breakout sessions. The second is the HMRC gives research and development tax credits. And if you're a product firm, then that really helps, because then get a good accountant who will advise you well. And basically then that means that the money that you have spent on building up the product can be classified under research and development tax credits, which is a boon, which really does give you back. If you're earning revenues, then it reduces your tax bill significantly, or it just gives money back to you because they refund the money back to you, which you have spent on R&D. And the final thing is, which Praful mentioned, was the UK grants. So the Department of Business offers grants for industrial research and development purposes.
I think Praful can expand.
Yeah, so that's the last part.
Once you've started off, you raised some funding. I guess the next big element is all about execution. And I think execution is where most startups tend to fail. That's a very critical point. And it's impossible to execute just on yourself. And I think so that's where a team comes in, and that is absolutely critical. So I think it would be great for you to share some of your learnings in building up a team in there. Before we start talking about hiring people, I think Praful touched about it briefly about setting up the founding team is very critical. And Arshdeep, would you like to share something more about how you set up your co-founders?
Sure. Thanks, Shankar. So I think finding the right co-founder is absolutely critical. My suggestion to people who are thinking about doing a startup is do not go alone. Entrepreneurship can be very lonely and can be very taxing. So finding the right co-founder is the most important thing you will do in your startup journey, to be honest. I went about it. I first looked for a friend, to be honest. He was my batchmate from college, from IIM Bangalore. I knew him well. I could trust him. He came from and the second thing I would say is look at a co-founder which has a complementary skill set to you. So we usually work in circles, and we look at people who have the same skill set, but try to look at a co-founder who has a different skill set from yours that will really help you and hold you in good stead. And one more important thing is that investors also look at it very kindly. When you've got more than one founder, when you've got two or three co-founders, they also look at it as a diversification of their risk on the core founding team. So yeah, so I'll give it back to you, Shankar, and others can talk about other parts of the team I'm building.
Yeah, thanks. What about you, Arshdeep? You guys went through a little bit of a dip and then recovered.
Yeah, so I think the business side has been covered well. I'll just go through. So our business is selling to corporates, and obviously COVID hit our client base, so it hit our business directly. We were growing very well before that. We had built up a team, substantial team. I had personally hired each and every member, but we had to let over half of them go, which was very tough to do. And I think I didn't know how to do it then, but I think in hindsight, what I can say is what we did well was be absolutely honest with the team from the beginning that this was going to be tough. We sort of we even asked for a voluntary salary cut. We were honest about how we were not taking any salaries either. And each one of them responded positively to it. We gave out equity instead. Even today, I'm in touch with all those people that we had to let go, and we have ambitions to sort of grow back. We are slowly back on the path of recovery. So the business side, I think Yusuf covered it very, very well, that keep your clients at any cost. And eventually, I think if you're honest with your team, you will notice that people respond in wonderful ways. Because you hired them in the first place, you know that they're good people. And if you're absolutely honest with them, they trust you, they just absolutely respond in wonderful ways.
Okay. Thanks, Arshdeep.
So have you guys, any of you have actually seen the upside in COVID in one way or the other, in the sense of how it will change maybe startup or general business in the long term?
I can just quickly take that. I've seen, and this is a big change, I've seen B2B. When you do B2B, the most notorious problem you face is the willingness of the customer. Getting the meeting with the customer is the most difficult thing. It happens. That person is extremely busy. His diary is full. He's got 20 other meetings, and physically going and meeting them, it is always that challenge. What COVID has done is made everyone aware of that something called Zoom is available. Something called Meets is available. And it is possible to have a perfectly reasonable conversation over video conference and not forcing people to travel to their office and take a time with them. And that has made time more available with those people as well. So what that has done is that has opened up diaries with the clients. You are seeing people much more open to technology, and it has basically forced 2 years of digital transformation through in months. So that's one thing that I have seen in terms of interaction with clients.
Okay. And Arshdeep.
Take advantage of the community here and the IIT community that you have. Take advantage of it. Talk to as many people. You will find that the problem that you're facing, most often than not, someone else might have faced it and will be able to help you. And everyone is very helpful. So just talk to as many people as you can about your problems and about what you're doing.
Wonderful. All right, thanks very much, everyone. So it's been really, really good and having that. So what we'll do now is we'll just break out into groups